up there, everybody? Citrus Aviation here for yet another video today. And we're going to be doing Salt Lake City International Airport. This will be the second model airport video I've done for Salt Lake. And then next week, you'll see Atlanta. So yeah, going to be bringing these model airports back. Some with Salt Lake and Atlanta. And then the new airport should hopefully be right after that. So stay tuned for that. Obviously, I'm already using the new airport board here today. So you can kind of get a preview of what that might look like. So we'll get started with the first aircraft here. We got Southwest Boeing 737-700. Now I've been flying in our SLC quite a bit because, well, it's my home airport. I can fly out Provo too, but it's a little bit more limiting the destinations there. Same thing with Ogden. There's only one destination out of Ogden, which is Santa Ana. So Salt Lake City, it usually is the place for me to park. So Southwest 737-700, first aircraft here. One that I've flown on twice. Going to Denver, Southwest flight 362. I have been on this flight twice. Both times it's been fairly full, but I managed to get a middle seat both times near the back of the aircraft. Of course, when you're non-revving, the most important thing is to just make the flight. So, managed to do so. And I did so on Southwest 362 to Denver. Next up, we got a Delta A330neo. Now, of course, these are operating to Amsterdam, Paris. Today, I will be doing this one going out to Amsterdam. They all, of course, they'll fly to Amsterdam Schiphol and of course Paris Charles de Gaulle. And yes, for those who are wondering, it is pronounced Paris because in French, S's are silent and instead you pronounce it with an E sound at the end. So it's Paris instead of Paris. So yeah, there you go. That's a little something you learned today. It's Paris, it's Paris, Paris, Paris. Next up here we have a Delta ERJ-175 SkyWest operator taxiing out. Of course, I bought all these Gemini Jets 175s specifically for Salt Lake City because they fly in here so often. There's so many of them. This one will be heading out to Tulsa, Oklahoma as Delta Flight 4006. I flew on this flight on December the, I believe it was 29th. I flew on it. Yes, December 29th. I flew on it to Tulsa, Oklahoma to see Red River Aviation, Sun Spotting, and a bunch of the other folks there at Tulsa. Great time. Really enjoyed it. Next up, we got a SkyWest CRJ-900 taxiing in for a flight from Casper. These aircraft are fairly common in the Salt Lake City, but as of right now, I could only find 3 destinations. So you're seeing one of them, Casper in Wyoming, is one of them here. And this, I believe, is the new release, as you can see. It still has the wheels way too close to each other. They put them in the incorrect way once again. It seems to be slightly better than the last one. When I say slightly, just barely. I scored a 79 out of 100, so just barely better. So really quite disappointing release from Gemini Jets to make their new CRJ-900 no real better than the previous one, which is disappointing. Over at the terminal, we have a CRJ-900 going out to St. George. Another flight that's operated by SkyWest on CR9. It's quite common. St. George is a big operation facility for SkyWest due to the fact it is their home base. And so they do a lot of maintenance there. The headquarters is there. They have a lot of stuff going on with their operations in St. George. Pushing back, we got another SkyWest CRJ-900. This one's going out to Elko, which is, I don't even know where that place is. So someone will have to tell me where Elko is, but it's somewhere in this portion of the western United States. And Delta flies the CRJ-900s to there. One of the cool things about this Salt Lake City airport is that you get to see a lot of these unique western routes that you don't see out of a lot of other cities. So I'm very happy to do SLC because I get to represent a lot of these cool smaller cities in the western portion of the United States. Here we have a Delta E175 operated by SkyWest. Again, quite a few of these. This aircraft came in from Omaha Eppley Airfield and we're going out to Fresno. The next E175 coming from Twin Falls and we're going out to Calgary. And the final 175 over here, we have this one that came in from Idaho Falls and we're going out to Palm Springs. You can see a little bit of unlevelness of the board here. This portion of the board is lower than this one. For whatever reason, this table here sits a little bit too high for whatever reason. So it just raises the board up by about 1/8 of an inch, but it's enough to sew up on camera. So I'm gonna need to be figuring that out, see if I can get that adjusted and corrected for future videos. Next up here we got Delta Airbus 330-300. These are primarily seen on the London Heathrow service, but they also do fly to some other Delta hubs, particularly Atlanta. The last flight of the day is often a wide body, and I got to fly on that one recently, a couple months ago. Delta Airlines flight 453 from Atlanta, and I got to fly in Delta One in seat 7 Alpha. Good experience, really enjoyed the flight, very, very nice. So yeah, if you want to fly first class, it's definitely the opportunity to do so. Last Friday, usually a wide body, comes in late at night into Salt Lake City. It's effectively a red eye, it usually ends up being a red eye. And always did, because it came in right about midnight or so. So yeah, they do fly the wide bodies for Atlanta and of course to London Heathrow as well. Next up, we got the Delta Boeing 767-300. Came in from Honolulu, and we're going out to Atlanta. It's a fairly common little turn here that they operate. Really cool to see it on the 763. Next up, we got Delta Airbus 321. This just came in from Atlanta as Delta Flight 423. I was on this aircraft in seat 27 Echo, middle seat, right behind the emergency exit. So not the greatest seat ever, but of course that flight was full, so I was just grateful to get on the plane. Delta mostly does use the A321s from Atlanta. They have about 8 of them a day. It's a lot. There's plenty of opportunities to non-rev between Atlanta and Salt Lake City if you want to. If you miss one flight, oh, there's just another one in 2 hours. So great non-revving opportunities. Of course, I do prefer the wide bodies though, because that's a lot more enjoyable to fly on. Next up, we got the Delta Boeing 757-200, which will be going out to Atlanta. Next up, we got the Delta Airbus A220-100. This will be going out to Denver as Delta Flight 1172. Another flight I was able to get on. It was a great opportunity in non-rev on Delta to Denver, but also my first time flying an Airbus A220-100. I was really pleased with that opportunity. Next up, we got an A220-300. This aircraft came from Sacramento and we're going out to San Francisco. Really nice. I now have both an A220-100 and a 300 in the collection. I can now represent Salt Lake City a lot better. I've made a lot of strides here in representing Salt Lake City recently. The E175s were a huge add-on, as well as the A220-100. So it's making my Salt Lake model look a lot more realistic. Here we have a 737-900, came from New York JFK. We're going out to Bozeman. Next up, we got a 175, came in from Helena. And we're going out to Tucson. You can see there's a divide between these two boards. You can see they're leveled more like how it should be. So I'm not sure what's going on with that one corner. I have to fix it, but you know, should be doable. Here we have the Airbus 319 on the Dallas turn. Here we have an Airbus 320 coming from Billings. I'm going out to Austin. Here we have a 321neo. This aircraft came from Phoenix, and we're going out to Seattle. Here we have a 320neo coming from Las Vegas, and we're going out to Phoenix. I do hope to get on one of the Phoenix flights here in the near future, Frontier. And then another Frontier A320neo came in on the Denver turn. Spirit Airlines does fly in here, not quite a bit, but they are here. This aircraft came from Las Vegas, and we're going out to Los Angeles. The American 319 came in from Philadelphia. The Airbus 321 is about to go to Dallas. That's flight 2065. I was on this one as well. I got another middle seat on this one, but that's just because the flights to Dallas for American tend to fill up. So had to take what I could get. I was just happy to make the plane. I had a commenter who was very disappointed in my last SLC model airport video that did not include JetBlue. Well, here you go, so we got 2 JetBlues for you today. Here we have the Airbus 320 came in from Fort Lauderdale. I'm going to New York's JFK. And the second 320 came in from Los Angeles, and we're going out to Boston. Over here with the United section, here we have an Airbus 319, and we're going out to Denver. The MAX 8 came in from Denver as United Flight 1085. This is my first time returning back to Salt Lake City. Was on United on this flight. I flew it from Cleveland to Denver, and then stayed on the same aircraft to Salt Lake City, so that was pretty cool. The 737-800 is here from Chicago O'Hare. The 175 is here from San Francisco. The Alaska 175 is also pushing for a flight to San Francisco. And finally, last model for the video, here we have this Alaska 737-900 that we're going out to Seattle. So that's basically it for this overview of Salt Lake City International Airport. I hope to do more of these in the future. I'm really close to having basically the collection that you need to do Salt Lake City perfectly realistically in terms of the commercial side. I would like to get an A330neo standard livery. Would love to get that. And another A220-100 would be useful. overall, and another 320 and 319. But overall, I pretty much have the collection needed to do Salt Lake City already. So really happy with that. And I hope y'all enjoy this. I'll be doing these periodically, doing these Salt Lake videos because, well, this is my new home base. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. God bless.